Thing I just wrote a little while ago. It's called On Anxious Attachment Filtered Through 90s Radio Hits. Did anybody else here have a really shitty January? My January fucking sucked. Everything went to hell all at once. Death by 1,000 tiny paper cuts. Seasonal affective disorder, painful work shit, painful romance shit, painful being a human and late capitalism shit. A lot of these things are triggering my anxiously attached mind. Do you know your attachment style? If not, I highly recommend doing some reading or even taking an internet quiz and figuring it out. I've been an anxiously attached person for 40 years at this point. I've been aware of it for less than 10. That awareness is so helpful. To look at a behavior that seems ingrained, like the deepest, most shameful flaw, the thing that drives other people away, the thing that makes you feel the most unlovable, it's just a reaction. It's a reaction that can be changed. Not that it's easy to change, but knowing that is so powerful. The thing that has mostly saved me this month so far is reading a lot about anxious attachment and thinking of it, being aware. I've been talking about it extensively with all my friends who have even a passing interest in the subject. I'm a New Yorker and I have a complete inability to talk on the phone at a volume that most people seem reasonable, which is kind of a flaw, and it allowed me to walk through friendship, talking on the phone with a dear friend, and then have a moment of realization and yell, "Oh my God, I'm walking through friendship screaming about my attachment style." There were a bunch of people around me walking their dogs, but they all had their headphones on immersively. They were able to go out about their business without learning too much about my attachment style. Unlike you guys. But anyway, since I'm aware of attachment, I'm seeing it everywhere and everything. The song X Factor in Lauryn Hill's phenomenal 1999 album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, is totally a classic anxious attachment song. It's a really popular breakup song, especially for people who are old enough to have been young adults in the late 90s, because it really captures the unique hell of feeling like you will absolutely die without someone, but you also can't live through them staying. But on the same album, in one case, merely one song after the most anxiously attached song of all, there are two secure attachment songs. For Zion, the song about her nurturing her baby boy, loving him more than anything, loving him past all reason or sense, a reminder, you can have been loved so poorly and yet you still know how to love. You can pay for it, but you never got. You can reach within yourself to find the thing that the world couldn't touch and give it out to someone who needs it even more. Both of you can be healed in that moment. It can reverberate throughout your entire life. If it's towards the next generation, even better. But it's also okay if you have no interest in nurturing the next generation, because people of the current generation, the past generation, we all need it too. And then, Everything is Everything, such a securely attached song. I imagine a wise old redwood embodying these words, or a caring elder, someone who's been around for so long. Lauryn Hill was 24 when that album came out. Was she pulling those words from some deep ancestral place? Was she just an exceptionally wise 24-year-old? Was this wisdom passed down from an elder that she captured in a space where everyone could hear it? All month, I've sung these words over and over again, trying to ground myself, trying to find some hope. Everything is everything. What is meant to be will be. After winter must come spring. Change it comes eventually. Words that are so true they almost feel redundant. Sometimes we need a reminder from something larger than ourselves. Sometimes words come at us from the radio, from a scratch CD from the library, on the cold prairies of the internet, the swirl of sprinkles of a streaming service. Sometimes they can break into the ditch we've fallen into, reform themselves into stairs that we can climb out into the sun again. And finally, here's one piece of wisdom I want to share with you all. It's slightly embarrassing to say because it may not actually be true, but it's true for me. The song Fantasy by Mariah Carey cannot be ruined by a bad crush. It doesn't hold on to the remnants of the people you're thinking about. It's its own shapeless form. It's not about the hard work of actually knowing someone. It's about the fun part, when you're still a little bit delusional, when it's all possibility, when reality hasn't harmed you yet. My friend Noah once wrote on Facebook about how this song is so perfect for the throes of a crush, especially with the line, "I get kinda hectic inside." I mean, especially for those of you anxiously attached babies, what better way to describe that addicting yet devastating feeling of having a new crush? It's the only way. Mariah Carey and I have nothing in common besides the fact that we're both Arieses from Long Island. I would say that we also both get kind of hectic inside, but I don't know if she actually wrote those words or just sings them so well. As an Aries, I wager that maybe she kind of knows that feeling of being hectic, but I don't want to speculate anymore, since I haven't already speculated enough. Anyway, change will come eventually. It won't always feel like people are dying all around me. One day I'll have a new crush to get hectic about and I will dance in my bedroom again. Spring will come again, it always does. And even if the planet is unrecognizable, I'm on it till I get taken out, and so are you. Anyway, it doesn't matter how many times your heart gets dinged. This song will be there for you. All the songs will be there for you if you know where to find them, if you remember how to listen to what they're really saying. Thank you.